It holds 10 songs. I put all our favorites on it.
Promise me you'll take me with you to the NFL, to a giant mansion with a giant pool that has a fat hot tub that's connected to the giant pool so I can swim from lot to cold whenever I want.
Yes. Stacey.
Just takes a second.
That is Brandon Routh playing a washed-up former high school quarterback. His dreams of making the NFL are shattered until he becomes a science teacher who then comes face-to-face with an alien that is about to unleash chaos on his small suburban town. So this is anything but boring.
No, Brandon is here to tell us about the horror comedy that is simply called Ick. The preview to this is unhinged.
No, it's bizarre.
Yeah.
We're like, wait, what? What?
Listen,
what?
all directed by the music directing icon Joseph Kahn.
Yes.
And it's amazing music, amazing nostalgia for people of our generations.
Like,
and
it reminds me of like Gremlins or The Blob.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
It wants to be a feel-good, a little bit scary, a little bit creepy, but you can go enjoy it. You can bring teenagers to see it. And Joseph likes to call it kind of a starter, a horror genre thing. It's just like the kind of horror or scary stuff that I like.
Yeah.
Where there's still a little bit of a hero. The good guy still might win. Not everything's terrible in the world. But we can laugh at some of the tragedy that we have in order to process and deal with it as a reality and move
Yeah, there you
forward.
go.
Nice. Okay, what was it like playing Hank? You walked in and I was like, what was it like playing a high school kid? Because honestly, when I first watched the trailer, like once I saw you in person, I'm like, wait. I thought he was a high school kid when I watched the trailer.
Oh, amazing. Well, that's a little bit of the, the
hair and makeup.
The new new magic, new little AI.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, because I thought I was crazy. I'm like, what?
No, for both Mina and I, they dug through old
interesting.
photos of me to kind of do a thing. And her, it was easier because there was a lot of footage of her from all the work she'd done. But anyway, yeah, they de-age our faces a little bit. But it was great. I never got to do any of this cool, fun high school stuff because when I came out to LA, I looked a little bit too old to be high school, or I acted too old.
Oh, okay.
Well, because you grew up in Des Moines, Iowa. You didn't really think you were going to have some big star-studded career.
No, I was going to the University of Iowa as an English major. I thought I was going to be a fantasy novelist, write
I went to be an English major and write fantasy books too.
And Hank wanted to teach English, but they were all the spots were taken. So
along that line, one critic wrote, "Hank is a loser, but you find yourself rooting for him."
We like a loser we can root for.
Yeah, he's an anti-hero. He's down on his luck. He's been me in my life. There are days. Listen, I have we talk
Mr.
about
Handsome.
No,
I don't know about that.
We all have teenage angst and all the our upset teenager who doesn't want to go to work or do the stuff or wake up in the morning. And so I just listened to him and made his voice stronger in me to kind of bring Hank out. Okay. And we all have highs and lows in life. Not everything's
no, that's true.
always amazing, but it's but it's all about the connections that you make. And there's a great kind of like family story that builds in this movie, which really brings Hank to life again. The possibility of maybe having a daughter, and that kickstarts his life.
Movie.
Yeah.
There's so much going on in the movie. I love the title though, because the kids are all about the ick these days.
Yes, and this was the ick. This was ick before in 2017 when kind of this idea started gestating for Joseph. Not that he coined the phrase. It just he was on point with predicting where it would be popular.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, you've played so many roles. I was asking you were in a Christina Aguilera music video, which Sheba really appreciates because that was her first album.
It was.
But you also played Superman.
Did.
I mean, what is it like to now come back into this type of role and be seen as kind of a little bit of a hero?
It's awesome. I've got to play different versions of hero. The big Boy Scout, and then Hank. And Ick is not a Boy Scout. He's learning to be a hero, and you can see the hero's journey at Superman's level, and the hero's journey at Hank's level is interesting also. I'm just here trying to tell stories of that parallel life in some kind of way. We all have to have things to aspire to live up to, and models. And Superman's a great model. Superman's a model for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm continually living up to what I think Superman should represent.
Have you seen the latest one?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
It's fantastic.
It's great.
I'm really happy for Superman, for DC Comics, and I think it's just a celebration of a lot of love. It's a big movie. It's very ambitious. I think David did a fantastic job. I love seeing him, and his intensity and his passion for the characters came through in all a lot of intense scenes in that movie that he has to deal with a lot of complex character stuff. And seeing it from my perspective, as a former Superman, I'm seeing like different things, and I go, yes, checking the boxes. He's doing great.
That's so cool. And what a unique perspective as a former Superman.
Right? I know.
You look like
to say
Superman,
that, by the way. I know.
Yeah, I know. That's what you look like. Brandon, thank you for being with us. We can't wait to see the Ick, the full version.
Thank you very much. 27th, 28th, and 29th, only in theaters for 3 days, everyone, nationwide. AMC, Regal, and Cinemark theaters, I think it is, a lot of them. So check it out.
We can't wait.
Starting on Thursday.